Welcome to the 5 lovely tracks of Central Asia, and we're starting with an Uzbek national star, Nashiba Abdullayeva. And that's not her on the photos, that's me walking around the streets of the same titled song, Samarkand. And while we're listening to this beautiful song, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever been fallen in love with the idea of the place, even if you've never been there? Let me know and enjoy your listening.
Yıllar bağrıdan ovoz berar sirli sadolar tilga kirar tamburlar ranglar jonlanar hikmat aytar bobolar shahrim osmonidan tovlanar nurlar Samarqand Samarqand afsona ertak shahrim Samarqand sarbaran Samarqand mehridan saytal berdi asri olisdan kelgan sayyoh mehmonlar qaytar shirin tayolda ko'zida ketar nili gumbaz osmonlar shahrim mangulikka qolur kamolda Samarqand Samarqand afsona ertak shahrim Samarqand sarbalan Samarqand mehridan saytal berdi asri Samarqand Samarqand afsona ertak shahrim Samarqand sarbalan Samarqand mehridan saytal berdi asri
Wow, it seems like it wasn't just a song, it was a musical love letter to the city. I think Nashiba Abdullayeva and the Ансамбль, which is also called Samarkand, together they are really masters of crafting these storytelling melodies of distant lands. It is a really rare gift and unique talent for an artist, especially musician, to share this beauty and magic of the place through sounds of instruments and voice. And I think we can all agree that they've done a pretty good job in sharing with the world that Samarkand isn't just a city, but a very strong character, pulsing with life, rich history, and endless stories. It's a very powerful song. Next on the list are another storytellers, a daring and bold band from Turkmenistan, Firюза. The band was created with one goal in mind, to participate in the competition of performing artists in 1979. And guess what? They won. The victory opened doors for them, leading to an offer from Melodies record. But here is the thing. Фирюза wasn't your typical Soviet music. Or actually, I could say it wasn't typical music, full stop. Their music was a seamless blend of progressive rock, fusion, and jazz, enriched with Eastern ethnic flavors, textures of Turkmen folk music, and the main ingredient is sound of nature. It's like they captured the spirit of Turkmenistan with its breathtaking landscapes, history, and translated it into the musical form. The music itself is complex and layered, full of intricate rhythms and melodies. The tracks itself from 8 to 10 minutes long. It seems like they were challenging the standardized music that was very common in the USSR. As I said, a bold move from a regional band from Turkmenistan. Unfortunately, the band has only one album due to lack of support from Ministry of Culture in Turkmenistan, which is understandable as they were too unconventional for the masses. However, nowadays their album has become one of the rarest records of its time. And no wonder, as it wasn't an album, it was an experiment. I think Firúza is the perfect example of how even in a repressive environment, art can still find a way to flourish and push boundaries. Let's listen to a song called The Native Land. And we are moving to Tajikistan to meet another beautiful and interesting ensemble called Gulshan. Gulshan consists of many talented musicians who each bring a unique skill and background to the music, and they blend the traditional Tajik sound with modern influences. Gulshan Ensemble has collaborated with many significant artists in the region, and I highly recommend to check them all out. But there is one artist I would like to highlight. It's Mukaddas Nabiyeva. And that is because I simply in love with her mischievous charm. I mean, look at her short hair. It was very unusual and brave in this region for that time. And I did some research and discovered that she was studying athletics among 30 men, and she became the first female athletic coach in her region. She got married twice, had a son, and then suddenly participated in this national folk festival where she was spotted by the leader of Gulshan Ensemble. And that's when she became a flourishing star of Tajikistan for several years, until the horrible tragedy happened. She died in a car accident when she was only 29 years old. So let's give her a listen.
موجی جوشی تجلی میزند در ساغرم دلبرم هرگز نمیآید به خوابم در بغل دلبرم هرگز نمیآید به خوابم در بغل در بغل در بغلویت و بیداری زی مستی دل برم جوهرم مالیست از وردی یتیمی در نظر آینه حسنی ماهی گوهرم زد گوید که من از کمتری و کمترم باورم ناید که امشب یار آید در برم آید ببینم تا بیاید باورم ساغرم از عکس روی یار دارد مای جوشی تجلی میزند در ساغرم ناوجیمای جوشی تجلی میزند در ساغرم
This song is kind, full of love, and bursting with a great energy, just like her spirit. I want to mention another artist tightly connected to the Gulshan ensemble, although she is not from Tajikistan. It's Leyla Sharipova. Her life is full of cultural layers. Thanks to her parents, her father was Turkish from Izmir and her mother Azerbaijani Iranian. She grew up in Iran and married a military officer, and that's when her life took a dramatic turn. Her husband was a supporter of Prime Minister Mossadegh, and they attempted a coup in 1953, which was failed, and they have to flee Iran and never go back. And they found a refuge in Tajikistan. Leyla spoke very warmly of Tajikistan in the 50s, calling it the birthplace of operatic and symphonic music in the region. It was there her talent was discovered and she pursued a music career. She was known for dressing up like a diva and turning every stage appearance into theatrical spectacle. Combined it with her tender and distinctive voice, I bet her audience was mesmerized. And that's when I would like to share her connection with the Gulshan ensemble. She was the founder of this ensemble and the first artistic director. So no surprises that the ensemble showcases such a rich cultural tapestry. We're going to listen a song from the record called Music of the People of the World. To wrap things up, I chose a band from Kazakhstan, which is called Arai. Arai's music is a blend of jazz fusion, R&B, funk, and pop, which sounds quite contemporary, but in reality it's deeply melodic. In fact, I think their music is so sophisticated and elegant that I would like to drink a glass of wine while listening to them. This band has a long story of existence. They reached the peak of their popularity when the singer Rosa Rymbayeva came into the band. People call her a Kazakh prima donna, and she really is. She has this unique star power in her character. Later on, they became an A-studio band, and they still exist till today. And I think they were one of the most stylish and tasteful bands of the late Soviet 80s. That's it. Thank you so much for listening to these 5 lovely tracks from Central Asia and my stories. Music truly doesn't need borders, just a good vibe and great and curious listeners like you. And if you'd like to find more Central Asian music gems, I left the link down below. Until next time, ciao ciao!
Mm-hmm.